Am I in the wrong for refusing to attend my best friend's wedding after she tried to steal my fiance? I, 28 female, have been best friends with Shelby, 29 female, for over 10 years. We met in college and hit it off right away. We've been inseparable ever since. We've been through so much together. Boyfriends, breakups, career changes, you name it. I'm getting married to Ethan, 29 male, this summer in July, and I'm really excited. But here's where things get messy. Some months ago, Shelby and I were out for drinks, and we started talking about relationships, as we do. I've always been open with Shelby about Ethan and how much I love him. He's honestly my other half, and we've been dating for 4 years, and we're really solid. No issues, but out of literally nowhere, Shelby started asking really personal questions about him, like details about our intimate life, our future plans, how often we argue, etc. At first, I thought it was just typical curiosity or girl talk, so I answered all her questions, thinking it was no big deal. Then, things started getting more uncomfortable. Shelby started slowly texting me a lot more about Ethan, asking about his plans, where he'd be, what he was up to, even things like, does he like to do X on the weekends? It was so strange, but I brushed it off. The bombshell came when I went on a weekend trip with Ethan to visit his family out of state. When we returned, I found out that Shelby had sent Ethan a very flirtatious text. He showed it to me, clearly uncomfortable but unsure how to handle it. She was commenting on how handsome he looked in a recent photo I posted, and how she was thinking of him lately. Ethan told me that he immediately ignored it, but it still didn't sit right with me. I decided to confront her about it. When I asked her about the text, she became super defensive and claimed it was just a joke and she wasn't trying to do anything. She told me that she was just complimenting him and insisted that she had no bad intentions. At the time, I chose to believe her, but I was uneasy. This has never happened before. Never showed any interest in Ethan over the years. I never even knew he was her type, so I brushed it off. A few weeks later, Shelby invited me to a casual hangout at her place with multiple friends. I arrived and I bring Ethan too. We're all taking shots, listening to music and playing drunken games. A few hours go by. I see Ethan walk back into the house looking uneasy, and he said he was smoking outside when he ran into Shelby and ended up having an awkward conversation. He said Shelby had been very touchy with him, asking him personal questions, talking about how strong he looked in the picture he posted on Instagram. He told me he was uncomfortable but didn't want to say anything to me in the moment because he didn't want to hurt my feelings or make me emotional at the kickback. Touching? At this point, I was really furious, so I confronted Shelby the next morning. After hours of crying and multiple lies, she admitted that she had been developing small feelings for Ethan but claimed she never planned to act on them. She tried to gaslight me, saying they were intrusive thoughts that she can't control. She apologized and said that she was just going through some emotional stuff and wasn't thinking straight. She told me that she loved me like a sister and would never do anything to hurt me. I was crushed. This wasn't some small mistake. This was a betrayal of the highest order. I told her that I needed some space from her. She begged me not to end our friendship over something so small. I don't have many close friends, so I valued our friendship deeply. So deeply, I was naive enough to forgive her. We still text awkwardly, but it's clear that we aren't close. But here's the kicker. She's now getting married to someone else. She's been seeing someone on and off for years, and her wedding is in 8 months. She texted me a few weeks ago, asking me to be her maid of honor. I was floored. I told her that I couldn't do it. I finally said that I couldn't support someone who tried to sabotage my relationship. Now she's telling our collegiate mutual friends that I'm being selfish, and of course some of them are taking her side, saying I should forgive her and move on for the sake of our long friendship, and friends like these aren't easy to come by.